In the spring of 1971, a young law student in a political and civil rights class at Yale looked up from her books. Thick blonde hair, big glasses, no makeup, a posture that radiated strength, and caught the eye of another eager student who felt in that moment his world subtly shift. He couldn't bring himself to speak at first. She was both magnetic and mysterious. But weeks later, in the hush of the law library, he found her staring back at him. She walked the length of the room, closed her book and said, "If you're going to keep staring at me and I'm staring back, we might as well know each other's name. I'm Hillary Rodham, who are you?" Speechless, he stammered his name, and she drifted away, leaving him with a breathless mix of awe and longing. A few days later, she turned up again, waiting to register for classes, wearing a white flowery skirt. He joined her in line, nervously engaging in conversation until the registrar recognized him and teased, "Bill, what are you doing here? You already registered." Her laughter, bright, contagious, filled the moment, and he seized courage, proposing a walk to the art museum. They walked, talked, laughed, and from then on, as he would later say, we've been walking, talking, and laughing together ever since. Their bond deepened quickly. Side by side on the 1972 George McGovern presidential campaign, living together in New Haven, then traveling together through England and Wales. Along the serene loch shores of Ennerdale Water in the Lake District, he knelt and asked her to marry him. She said no, saying she needed time. He asked again in England after graduation, and again she declined, still wrestling with the gravity of lifelong commitment. Bill, ever determined, gave her space, promising to wait until she was ready. On his third heartfelt proposal, this time tethered to the promise of home, they said yes. On October 11, 1975, in the living room of their Fayetteville, Arkansas home, surrounded by just 15 loved ones, they tied the knot. Hillary wore a lace and muslin Victorian dress, and they began their life as true partners, matching each other's ambition in law, policy, and public service. In the years that followed, they became political comrades and soulmates, campaigning together, forging new paths. They weathered storms, public scandals, relentless media scrutiny, heartbreak. Yet through it all, their love endured. Bill never failed to remind audiences how Hillary had stood with me and loved me through it all. He spoke of her as the best darn changemaker I've ever met, praising her intellect, strength, and purpose. Decades into a marriage marked by laughter, tears, triumphs, and trials, Bill would reflect, "I married my best friend. I was still in awe, after more than 4 years of being around her, at how smart and strong and loving and caring she was." And Hillary, equally committed, chose to keep her maiden name for years, crafting her own identity and path, while standing beside a husband she believed in. From the quiet of their Fayetteville living room to the roaring applause of national stages, Bill and Hillary's bond deepened. He, in awe of her intellect and her guttural laugh that freed her spirit, she, drawn to his sensitivity and unshakable belief in her. Through political triumphs and painful tumbles, his 1980 defeat, her 1992 wobbles, they anchored each other. He leaned on her strength, she believed in his promise. When scandal rocked their world, Hillary channeled fury into resolve. She publicly stood by him yet privately let him feel her weight, using their darkest hours to fortify their future together. In the twilight of a turbulent presidency, Bill adjusted to her rhythm, awaiting her cue to laugh, defer to her movie choice, retire early, learning the art of attentiveness she'd long perfected. Now, 4 decades on, he describes Hillary as someone who has literally spent a lifetime dealing with not only her joys and her blessings, but also heartbreaks and disappointment, sometimes unfair treatment. And when she labored under the weight of a presidential loss in 2016, it was Bill who sat with her through the night, repeating, "I'm so proud of you. That was a great speech." History will remember it. They have moved forward together. Hillary taking academic roles, political activism, publishing memoirs and fostering programs for others. Bill championing her evolution and honoring her identity beyond his shadow. Their shared laughter, Quiet conversations about grandchildren, community, reality TV breaks, still form the heartbeat of their connection. From the quiet rhythm of their Fayetteville living room to the bustling stages of global influence, Bill and Hillary have continued to grow into each other in ways both profound and tender. As grandparents, their bond has blossomed anew. Bill delights in watching grandchildren like baby Charlotte soak in the world with wonder. Hillary beams deliriously happy as she watches them explore their curiosity, and together they ease into shared roles of storytelling, bedtime routines, and gentle spoiling, yet always mindful to let Chelsea and Mark lead when invited. Their love, already forged in intellectual equality and mutual respect, now wraps around a new generation, grounding them in simple, heartfelt joys. Their family life has become a beacon of inclusivity and warmth. Every Thanksgiving for over 20 years, their New York home, now centered around Chelsea's annual invitation, fills with 40 to 45 people, including friends, international guests, and those without family nearby. Around the table they share meals, card games, laughter, and evening walks, moments that have woven their love into broader circles of chosen family. These gatherings echo the early days of destined partnership, where intimate conversation and hopeful laughter shaped the course of a shared life. Even in moments of leisure, their bond remains electric. Bill recently raved about their energy as a couple and family. Hillary, Chelsea, granddaughter Charlotte, and friends, enjoying Taylor Swift's Eras tour in Toronto. He was entranced by Swift's captivating 3-hour performance, but more so by watching Charlotte and Hillary share the experience, singing along, and living in pure, intergenerational joy. It's a vivid reminder that sometimes the smallest moments, shared music, glowing faces, concert lights, can hold a lifetime of love. Through the years they've learned to cherish the everyday, mornings spent playing spelling bee in bed, evenings devoted to forest walks, quiet dinners where they deliberately put politics aside, focusing instead on grandchildren or just being together. Small rituals that speak volumes about their intimacy. Hillary often insists, "No more politics tonight," and Bill listens, choosing to page through a speech draft instead, or simply hold her hand. Their love, once ignited by a daring law student's confidence and a shy Southern charm, has deepened into something rare and radiant, a love that has weathered scandals, grown through grief and loss, and yet continues to bloom with laughter and gratitude. Approaching half a century together, they speak of their marriage not as a public spectacle, but as a private refuge, celebrating decades of shared joy even as they hold each other steady through dark periods. As their decades-long conversation unfolded, Hillary recently said that their secret is one phrase they've kept alive: our ability to keep talking. A bond built from more than 50 years of shared words, whether joyous or challenging. Bill added that this intimacy means they often understand each other without speaking. Evident when Hillary returned home sick from COP28, and Bill immediately knew something was wrong. In their golden years, they've embraced roles that bring new joys. Bill revealed on Live with Kelly and Mark that his grandchildren, Charlotte, Aiden, and Jasper, call him Pop Pop, a family tradition handed down through Hillary's side. Hillary, as a grandmother, says the title gives her fresh perspective. She's now savoring a slower moment-by-moment joy with Charlotte, while reflecting on the larger world she hopes to leave for her. Holiday traditions are another chapter of their love. For over 20 years, Thanksgiving at their New York home has welcomed 40 to 45 people, friends, loved ones, and even international visitors who don't celebrate the holiday, making their table a symbol of community, warmth, and inclusivity. They laugh, play cards, stay overnight, and walk together through neighborhood hills. Bill calls it great, while also highlighting how these celebrations reflect their values and shared spirits. Their romance hasn't lost its sparkle. A few years ago, on a surprise getaway to Bermuda, they walked hand in hand along candlelit beaches, revisiting rooms they'd stayed in decades earlier, where Chelsea was conceived. Hillary reportedly pointed at a poolside scene and said, "Look, darling, it's so romantic." Simple gestures, echoing words first spoken in the Yale library, still glow between them. And when the world watches, their partnership proves resilient. Hilary recently reflected that nobody but the two people in it truly know a marriage's ups and downs. The betrayal of the late 1990s, labeled dark periods, was intensely public. But while she doesn't offer advice to others, she says she and Bill are so grateful now to have grandchildren, each other, and the time together to play morning games like spelling bee in bed. Their relationship is a testament to enduring love, from those first courageous lines in a silent room to late-night editing sessions. Hilary credits Bill's thoughtful comments with improving her speeches, to quiet comforts, sharing the role of grandmother, hosting Thanksgiving strangers turned family, or simply knowing what the other needs before a word is spoken. So they keep walking, talking, laughing, and still holding hands. Their romance isn't defined by grand gestures alone, but by the everyday, understanding glances, shared routines, unspoken comfort. After nearly half a century, that conversation still unfolds. Gentle, honest, and deeply grounded in the love that brought them together in that Yale library, and has carried them through life's brightest and darkest moments. They found renewed purpose in their roles as grandparents. Bill known as Pop Pop, a cherished moniker chosen because it was what Chelsea called Hilary's dad, and Hilary embracing her new role with joy and reflection. They visit their grandchildren, Charlotte, Aiden, and Jasper, each Christmas Eve, spending the night and Christmas Day together, before enjoying the Bronx Zoo's famous holiday train display. Their long-running Thanksgiving tradition, born over 2 decades ago when Chelsea invited friends during her time at Oxford, now brings 40 to 45 loved ones, friends, students, internationals, to their New York home. They share meals, laughter, card games, overnight stays, and walks through the hills, an annual celebration of their love extended outward as warmth for others. Moments of wonder come too. At Taylor Swift's Eras tour in Toronto, Bill watched spellbound as Hilary, grandchildren, and friends sang along to every lyric, remarking he now gets it, and saw in that shared experience the magic of family unity and joy. Their bond remains quietly fierce. Hilary credits our ability to keep talking over 50-plus years as the heartbeat of their marriage. As she shared recently on her iHeart podcast, "We started a conversation and we never stopped." Bill affirmed that same day, noting how he could tell Hilary was unwell the moment she walked through the door after returning from COP28, proof of their deep, telepathic connection. They continue to treasure simple routines, mornings playing spelling bee under warm bedroom light, evenings relieved of political burden. No more politics tonight is their cue to unplug, preferring grandkids' laughter, quiet TV, or bedtime chats instead. Hilary reflected recently, "Nobody really knows what happens in a marriage except the two people in it. For me and for us, we are so grateful at this stage. We have our grandchildren, we have our time together." Bill often quotes Hemingway through her, "Life breaks everyone and afterward many are strong at the broken places." A testament to Hilary's enduring strength through public heartbreaks and private fragilities. They're not merely surviving, they're thriving. Bill playfully notes Hilary's newfound love for reality TV home makeover shows. He admits his political analysis is overshadowed by Antiques Roadshow in their evenings. Together, they lean into shared projects, quiet adventures like candlelit walks in Bermuda, and conversations that drift seamlessly from pressing world issues to the latest invention or theory, always keeping their connection alive. Nearly 50 years on, their love story is still unfolding, built on unending conversation, mutual growth, healing, and the joy of everyday rituals. They continue to walk, talk, and laugh together, holding each other steady, forging ever deeper intimacy rooted in a shared life made richer by every triumph, trial, grandchild smile, and whispered bedtime game. They've embraced fresh titles and roles. Bill is proudly called Pop Pop by their grandchildren, Charlotte, Aiden, and Jasper, a name drawn from Hilary's father and one he cherishes for its warmth and tradition. The couple now trek to their daughter's home on Christmas Eve, snugly staying overnight to savor moment-to-moment delights, opening presents, sharing laughter, and visiting the Bronx Zoo's enchanting holiday train display. Their Thanksgiving gatherings, which began when Chelsea invited classmates over during her Oxford days, have grown into a soulful annual ritual, a diverse, welcoming table of 40 to 45 people. Friends, neighbors, international guests, and students come for more than a meal. They stay the night, play games together, and wander the nearby hills at dawn, a living testament to the Clintons' belief in community and connection. Recently, Bill spoke candidly on The View, calling the prospect of being first gentleman the only political job I ever wanted that I didn't get. A mix of humor and genuine support for Hillary's path. Their dynamic remains playful and deeply respectful, with Bill still teasing that political debates end at the dinner table and evenings revolve around Antiques Roadshow, rather than campaign strategy, echoing quieter, sweeter routines. Their unwavering conversational connection continues to amaze them both. On Hillary's iHeart podcast, she reflected that they started a conversation and we never stopped, and Bill added that sometimes no words are needed. I knew she was unwell the minute she walked in the door after COP28. Decades of shared life is now a bond so deep that emotion is conveyed by gestures, not always speech. In September 2024, Hillary spoke profoundly about their marriage, acknowledging the dark periods in their public lives, and quietly affirming her gratitude for a later life filled with family, gratitude, and joy. We have our grandchildren. We have our time together. We just have a good time sharing this life, for nearly 50 years. Their mutual respect is cemented not by gloss, but by honesty, forgiveness, and shared laughter. As of June 5, 2025, Bill has also become a creative collaborator, co-authoring a new thriller, The First Gentleman, in which he reflected on what might have been, and offered a tongue-in-cheek homage to the only political job I ever wanted that I didn't get. It's both a nod to their journey and a playful exploration of roles reversed, underscoring Bill's enduring dedication to supporting Hillary's legacy. Their story today is a testament to resilience and renewal, from early glances over law school books, through the crucible of public scandal, to quiet evenings intertwined with reality TV and board games. They walk, talk, and laugh, still deeply attuned, ever learning, celebrating shared history while embracing new chapters of love, family, and life. Through every chapter of life, Yale library sparks, campaign trails, public scrutiny, private heartbreak, and now golden grandparentship, they have woven a tapestry of love defined not by grand declarations but by steadfast presence. Bill's tender nickname of Pop Pop, Chelsea's cozy Christmas Eves and Bronx Zoo walks, and their beloved tradition of hosting Thanksgiving for dozens reflect two souls committed to family, to each other, and to welcoming the world into their lives. Their intimate rituals, a pre-bed spelling bee in warm lamplight, no politics tonight evenings, and late-night chats, speak to a love as much in the silences as the laughter. They share projects, laughter over reality TV pick UPS, and the joy of watching their grandchildren learn and sing at concerts, each moment a living testament to connection. Bill's playful ambition, co-writing The First Gentleman and joking about the one political title he wished for, blends seamlessly with genuine support and pride for Hillary's lifelong mission. That joke isn't just wit. It's symbolic of a partnership where roles evolve, ambitions align, and love remains the constant. As of June 5, 2025, they stand together, walking hand in hand into new chapters, grandparents nurturing the next generation, authors shaping stories filled with suspense and insight, and companions cherishing shared rhythms. Their romance isn't a tale of perfection, but one of choice, choosing each other every day, in triumph and trial, in noise and quiet, in growth and grace. May their story remind us that the truest love is not born of fairy tale beginnings, but of ordinary days made extraordinary by commitment, laughter, and unwavering presence. In every chapter yet to come, they will keep walking, talking, and laughing together. And that, perhaps, is the most beautiful ending any real love story could hope for. If you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and share.